this Thrive Architect tutorial in which I'm going to show you how you can customize the landing page settings. So here we have a landing page, and I'm going to start off with the fact that you can customize each element from the page simply by accessing its options. So you can click on the element you want to edit and the main options will appear here in the left sidebar. So for example, if I click on this content box, here in the editor we're going to have all these options. Then here are the options for the button element and for the text placed within the actual button and so on. So the same thing applies to each element from this page. But apart from this, you will also have some settings for the actual landing page, and in order to access them, you simply have to go here onto the gear icon. So in this tutorial, I'm going to go through the first 3 sections, and for the last 3, I'm going to link some articles here, as these are related to how you can save, export and import a landing page. So first you have the global settings, and from here you will be able to customize different types of texts such as headings, paragraphs and so on, and also add headers and footers to your landing page. So if I go ahead and click on the fonts from here, then this window will open and you can simply click on the text type that you want to customize and do it directly from here. So for example, I can make all the text paragraphs from my landing page in bold and italic. And now as you can see, wherever I have a text paragraph, it will automatically have the formatting options that I've set in my global settings. Next, from here you can add headers and footers to your landing page. So you can choose an already saved design or maybe create a new one if you want. This is entirely up to you. If you have Thrive Theme Builder active on your website, then the headers and footers you've configured in your wizard might be loaded here by default, but you can change them anytime you want or simply remove them from the visibility section. And I'm going to show you later on how to do that. But first, let's add a header and see how that looks like. So here are the visibility settings I was telling you about, and you can simply use this toggle to make the header visible or not, and you can also use these eye icons from here and display whatever section you want on your landing page. So it might be the top section, which you can also choose from a library, or the button section and so on. Now let's proceed to the next section from the landing page settings, and that is this one from here. So once I click it, I will be able to access these options from the left sidebar. So the first section from here allows you to change the status and visibility settings of the page. So you can either make it public, private, or password protected, depending on what you would prefer for this particular page. And you can also switch this page to draft if you want, simply by clicking on this button. Next, in the main options, I've already explained how to use this part regarding the visibility. But what you can also do here is to use this toggle if you want the layout to cover the entire screen width or not, and also adjust the content maximum width from this slider. Next comes the typography settings. So besides changing these options from the right sidebar, just as I've shown you at the beginning of this video, you can also change the typography settings of the landing page from here. Then you can add a background style, and I'm going to link this article from our knowledge base, as there are multiple ways in which you can use this section to customize the background of your page. And lastly, you can add custom scripts to your page from this last available section. So if I'm going to go ahead and paste here a custom script like this one, this means that all the paragraphs will turn pink. So for this as well, I'm going to recommend reading this tutorial from our knowledge base that goes into more detail about how to add custom scripts to your page or post. Now, even if I've pasted this here, the change is not instantly visible on my website. So first I have to save my work and then preview this page to see how it looks like on the front end. So you can see that the paragraphs are now pink. Now we went through the options available in the left sidebar, but there are still several options worth mentioning here, and those are located here in the right sidebar. So if you're not using Thrive Theme Builder, then you will have here 2 additional options, and you can use them to disable or enable the theme CSS from there. You can read more about what this means in the dedicated section of this article, but shortly it's worth mentioning here that by default, the style properties of the theme you are using are not loaded on the landing page, which means that your page will load faster. So you can enable or disable anytime you want from those options. As I have Thrive Theme Builder active on my website, I only have this option here which says revert to theme, and naturally this means that you will lose all custom content that you've added to the landing page and revert to the default settings if you choose to click it. Next, you can go into the advanced settings of your landing page. Now, if you click on this option, you will see the page source, so the HTML code of your page. You can edit and change this code directly from this window that opens, and then click on this green icon to make sure you've saved your changes. Now, another thing you can do here is to add custom CSS, and this will open a window where you can add the custom CSS code to your page. Just as in the previous example, you can add it right here and then click on this check sign from here to make sure your changes will be applied. Next, with the help of this option, you can set up page events in order to make sure that your visitors will see your offers and promotions. So if you wish to learn more about setting up page events, just watch this tutorial that I've linked here. Next, you can add custom scripts if you want, and this is something that we've already went through at the beginning of this video, so the same principle applies here as well. And next, let's go on to the next option, which is CSS in the head section. So in general, Thrive Architect will strip the custom CSS from the head section of the landing pages. This is usually extra CSS that is not needed throughout the landing page. You have the possibility to disable this functionality by ticking this checkbox. However, keep in mind that if you decide to do this and check this box, then this might prevent some landing pages from working properly. And lastly, we have this option, which consists of turning on or off the save reminders. So when you're editing a page in Thrive Architect, you receive reminders to save your work. And these reminders disappear after a few seconds, and their purpose is to make sure you don't lose any of your progress. So if you don't wish to receive the reminders anymore, simply turn them off by clicking here. My reminders are turned off already, but if I click here, then the save reminders feature is turned on. Now, I hope this quick tutorial was useful to you. Make sure to also read the article, as you might find more information about each of the above mentioned settings, and also don't hesitate to check out our knowledge base for more tutorials of this type.